with that intro.
Oh, we live. We live. Welcome to the Philly Uncensored Sports Podcast. We here a little late after the game. Everybody got things to do, work, run the streets, whatever they got. But we here after the Eagles lose to the Denver Broncos in staggering fashion. The Denver Broncos walked the Eagles down and stole the game. It's a lot going on. They ain't steal the game. They took the game. I'm sorry. Let me rephrase that. They took the game. They took it. Eagles have a lot of problems going on in this team. A lot of things on offense they got to figure out. Let me just – the Eagles had 11 opportunities on offense. They had 11 drives, and I didn't count the drive before half. That would be 12. So Eagles had 11 drives. Out of those 11 drives, only 3 were good. One, the first one was 3 and out, right? Let's just say it. The first one was 3 and out. Second one was good. 12 plays, 70 yards, got field goal. Next one was good. 70 plays, 90 yards, got touchdown, right?
Yep.
But it's punt. Then the third quarter had the 4 plays, had the big pass to Saquon Barkley touchdown. After that, punt. 5 plays, 23 yards, punt. 3 plays, negative 16 yards, punt. 3 plays, negative 6 yards, punt. 3 plays, 2 yards, punt. Last one was 6 plays, 45 yards, end the game. This offense needs help. The Eagles need to establish. They have no identity on offense. It's like, oh, this ain't work. Let's try this. This ain't work. Let's try that. We have to establish our offense. Last year, you knew we were a physical team. We punched you in the mouth when we ran the football. What they're doing this year, I don't understand. What you can't do as a coach, as an offensive coordinator, you can't allow your players to dictate how you play your game, right? How you call your plays. Yes, you need players to be happy. Yes, you got to get players involved in the offense because these are dynamic players, but you have to establish an offense. You have to establish your identity. You just can't go running out, all right, let me get these players the ball to make them happy. That's not how you win football games. That's not how you win. The Eagles have no identity. Their offense failed their defense because their defense stayed on the field too long. It was too many 3 and outs. Defense running right back on there. We were failed by our offense. That's the whole offense. That's the offensive coordinator. That's the quarterback. For some reason, Saquon Barkley only had 5 carries. How do you only get 6 carries? How do you only get this man 6 carries you up the whole second half? I don't understand what this team is doing. I don't even think they understand. This is the problem when you bring in also a new offensive coordinator, because offensive coordinator has to have a feel for the game too. I know everybody's screaming, Jalen called this day, Jalen called that play, and he did, because they would have Jalen go to the line and he would check the defense and this, that, and the third, and he got him into one good play. Okay. But what else was going on? Okay. I'm not blaming the offensive line because Jalen Hurts had time in the pocket. Now, what they did was they made sure he didn't have any rush lanes. They made sure he didn't have any lanes to get out. He had time in the pocket. Here and there, they would blitz him, but I got to watch the all-22 to see what's going on. I got to watch the tape. But offense failed us. They failed us. This is the 4th game in a row where the offense is the tale of 2 halves with our offense. The tale of 2 halves. 4th game in a row. This is what I meant when I said we have to put a complete game together. We haven't done it yet. But everybody makes all these excuses. Yes, the sky's falling. I can keep going.
I bet you could, but allow me to jump in. First, I want to say is this was the Eagles' first loss in darn near a year.
It was a self-destruction, though.
Let me repeat. This was their first loss of the season and their first loss in almost a year. Doesn't matter if they almost lost before. This is their very first loss. And I'm telling you, our offensive line. You don't want to blame the offensive line, but this offensive line is banged up. They are hurt. We lost Landon Dickerson in the game. Truth be told, I don't even think Cam Jurgens is healthy at all. We can't run. You said we should have
We ran the ball 6 times.
You said we should have ran
the ball. We ran Jalen Hurts 6 times.
But here's the thing: you said we should have ran the ball. We haven't. What have we done the previous 4 weeks when we did run the ball? We haven't ran.
I said
there's no success. We haven't ran the ball well this year.
I said we have to establish an identity. I didn't say we have to run the ball. I said we have to establish an identity.
We tried to establish the run as identity, and it's not working. Something is the run game. That's where you need to start, and it starts with the offensive line. We banged up. The offensive line is not playing well. They can't get no pressure. They can't get no push. It'd have been nice for Saquon, that play when he ran for 17 yards last year. That would have been a touchdown. It's like for some reason he don't got that giddy up, and the offensive line ain't getting them blocked, getting them big holes. I'm blaming the offensive line on a lot on this game. We couldn't run the ball. That's why they chose not to run the ball. And also, Denver just happened to have
that's not. They just didn't run the ball.
Denver has
They just didn't run the ball.
You do know Denver has a top 5 defense.
Saquon averaged 5 yards a carry at 6 carries for 30 yards. What are we talking about?
Last year. He's averaging half of it.
The Eagles don't throw the ball. Jalen Hurts threw the ball almost 40 times. That's not what we do. That's not how we win.
We was going to win.
He ain't throw the ball that much in a year. It's been a year since he threw the ball that much.
He was up 17-3. We were going to win the game.
And kept passing. Make it make sense.
It did make sense.
We up 17-3 and we keep passing.
They let Bo Nix get off on them and throw the ball.
Explain that to me, though. I'm asking the question. You're up 17-3 and you keep passing.
Last week when we were up, they came back on us. So that's the thing is they wanted to keep the offensive going. They had to find the right balance because last week they was like, okay, we put the foot on the brakes and we started running the ball too much. They said keep going. They got to find an even balance. You can't run the ball 5 times. I agree with Saquon. You got to give him at least double-digit runs.
Look, I'm gonna show you the play. Third quarter. What quarter is this? Now I gotta get it. Go ahead, keep talking.
No, I mean you. I like how you're not trying to get no blame on the offensive line or even the play calling of a Patullo. You just want to throw everything on Jalen and
let me look. Listen, here we go. We up 17-3. They punt. Third quarter. They punt. We get the ball back. Right? Up 17-3. Third quarter. They just punted. We got the ball first touchdown. They got the ball punt. We get the ball again. First play, pass. Second play, pass. Fourth play, Jalen Hurts scramble. First down. Next play, pass. Next play, pass. Like what are we doing? You have 6 plays, 5 plays, and you run once. 5 plays and you run one time. What are we doing?
What did you do? What did we do last week when we ran the ball and the week before that? I mean, what success have we had? Just tell me.
He averaged 5 yards to carry this game. You only give him the ball 6 times. Throw him a screen. Do something. He's wanting to dump the ball off to him. Make it a short pass is like a run. You could do that.
I'm not saying that we shouldn't run the ball more. I think we all agree with that. I'm just saying I'm not going to destroy them over one loss to a top 5 defense.
This the thing. That's the thing, right? It was all adding up to this loss. You've seen it from game 1. Now let's act like we didn't. Why are we going to sit here and act like we didn't? This is a culmination of things. You got off on a lot of games. Special teams balled out. Defense balled out. You know what I mean? This time, when you needed a little help from your offense, they wasn't there. Okay. They didn't know what they was doing.
The offense was there. The offense was there. If anybody you want to say let us down, even the defense, you can't let nobody score 18 points in the game. I don't care how in the fourth quarter. I don't care how bad your offense is playing. You cannot give up 18 points in the fourth quarter. That's on the defense. It's not like we turned the ball over. They didn't get a short field. They let Bo Nix march up and down in the fourth quarter.
Because we kept giving them the ball.
You cannot. You got to have a hole. It wasn't like it was 95 degrees outside. It wasn't 100-degree temperature. You can't do the defense can't do that. And I know y'all don't want to make excuses, but the referees in this game was probably the worst officiating I've ever seen in my life. That officiating was horrible. I mean, you want to tell me that those holding play, the spleen, the steen, where they got an illegal man downfield, they called that on him.
I didn't some of the penalties. I didn't like the unsportsmanlike on Zach. I didn't like that they picked up the flag and it wasn't an intentional ground. I didn't
exactly.
Like that. There's a couple of things I didn't like. That the last one could have been a PI when he threw it to
Goddard.
That could have been another PI.
It was definitely a PI. It should have been called.
My thing is, you shouldn't have let it get there. Yes, teams get momentum and things like that, but you did a lot of things to shoot yourself in the foot before it even came to that.
But you can't.
I need to see 4 quarters of football. Play good football. 11 plays, we only had one good out of 11 drives. We had one good drive. One. That's not winning football. That's not winning football.
We got 2 first downs that was called back by the refs. I mean, what else? What do you want to do? We was beating ourselves up a little bit, but the rest helped. They hurt us this game. Referees killed us.
That's an offense guy. Offense. Let's be honest. The bad thing about this team is offense. The defense is okay.
No, they're not.
Yes, they are. You just can't leave on the field like that. You can't keep putting your defense right back on the field. It's going to happen to anybody. They kept putting their defense right back on the field. You can't keep doing that. You can't keep doing that. Defense is fine. Offense is a problem. Offense is a problem. Like I said, we have no identity. We don't know how we don't know how to get Jake. We don't know how to get Saquon going. We do the same. Even Chris Jones said it against when he played the Chiefs. They keep doing the same play, and he wasn't talking about the tush push. He was talking about that inside zone. We keep running. Teams know what we listen. Every team knows you're going to run, right?
Mm-hmm.
But like you run it 5-6 times the same game. Like, come on, and he ain't getting nowhere.
Okay, tell me this: when he ran 20 times last week, and then
move the pocket.
Who are you talking about, Jalen?
The offense, move the pocket, get some passing, get them on the center. Let's do a couple different things.
Did play. You didn't see play action today. Last week,
I seen it. I seen a couple of them.
That's what I'm saying.
A couple of them. That's the only one we had the good drive when we did a couple of them.
They're trying. I'm telling you, it comes down to offensive coordinator. Truth be told, if you notice, all the offensive coordinators, most times when you're offensive coordinator or you're new, usually the head coach is like the real play caller, and then you gotta then he's just kind of guiding that new OC. But when your head coach is not really a play caller, and then you just got a guy who never called plays before, this is what you're getting. You're getting like pretty much trial and error. Like for example, with Andy Reid, although Andy Reid had all those offensive coordinators, he really was the official play caller. So you can be trained on the job that way. But what you call it, Nick Sirianni don't know how to call plays. He don't know how to call a game. Now you got Nick Sirianni right there, and then you got his best buddy calling the game, and everybody's target, everybody's Super Bowl every week. We're gonna get the best from every single game. Every game we're gonna get their best because we're the defending world champions.
My thing is we haven't gave our best all game yet. That's my problem. Is that gonna happen? I don't know. I don't know if that's going. I don't know what. Yeah, we gonna smack the Giants around. Everybody gonna think everything hunky dory. Giants not a good football team. They got a rookie quarterback in there. They just try and make it through the season.
It was one game. We all right. It's one game, and we're learning.
And the thing is, they came off a short week, and they had to fly all the way over here.
And then they
was
got
even worse. Was even worse. That's a game we really shouldn't have lost. That's a game we shouldn't have lost.
Defense let us down.
We better not lose the Giants next week, or the ceiling's going to be collapsed. The ceiling's going to fall.
And you know Jalen Carter is hurt, right? So you got Jalen Carter. He got a bum shoulder. It's like we're a little banged up right now. I can't wait till we get after the Giants game. We'll have it's like a mini bye. I think that's going to help us out a whole lot.
I don't know, Jay. Like I said, we don't win when Jalen throws the ball this much, though. That's not how we built. That's not how we win.
It wasn't balanced. It's not even about them throwing the ball. He can throw the ball a lot, like I would say 30, 35 times, but you got to run the ball more than 5 times.
Yeah. Saquon Barkley used to have he had 6 runs for 30 yards, and who else?
I think we had total 11 runs altogether.
We had 11 runs, 38 passes. That's not how we play. That's not our identity. Is not this is what I mean about steps identity. Identity is not to pass the football like that. It's not to pass the football like that. You got to get if Saquon's not going out of that, you got to get him doing something going downhill, get him outside. You got to do something different to try to get him going. In my opinion, got to do something different. What they doing now ain't working. It ain't working for the offense at all.
You think it's a hangover from? You think? Remember, we played a long season last year. You think just everybody just worn down, a little beat up right now?
I don't know. Could be. I mean, offensive line is a little banged up, but they actually played well today. They played well. And you say you want to handle that offensive line, they played. Jalen had a lot of time back there. He got blitzed a few times. Yeah, that happens. Protection might break down here and there, but as a whole, the offensive line played well. The Saquon actually had more holes with his 6 carries than I've seen him have in a long time.
So if you don't, if you seen the offensive line play well, then why didn't they run the ball? That means you got to blame the coaching there.
Yeah. Or let me ask you this: was Jalen saying something that kept Audible into a pass? Remember, they would give Jalen that option depending on what he's seeing at the line.
Well, you got to look at they play a lot of man coverage, and Jalen excels in man. So maybe he was seeing a lot of man and was like, "Okay, I got this." And he was playing well. You act like he wasn't playing well. He had 2. Then he had another 2 touchdown passing day. He had 280 yards passing.
He was sacked 6 times. Yeah, the numbers might look a little good, but they really don't tell the story. He was sacked 6 times.
So if he was sacked 6 times, you can't say the offensive line played well.
No, hold on. You seen the sacks. It might have been 1 blitz. The rest, he was holding the ball too long, tried to get away late, and got sacked.
I disagree with that.
That's exactly what happened.
I disagree.
And a couple of those, he ran and he stepped out and lost a yard, and that counts as a sack. That counts as a sack. If you run it and you step out and lose a yard, that counts as a sack.
That happened a couple of times.
Yeah.
Maybe once.
A couple of times he held the ball too long and tried to get away, and the defender caught him. The line is banged up. But they played well. Come on. We all sat here and seen Jalen had all his time.
No,
because for one, the way they were rushing more of a contain because they didn't want Jalen. Remember, they said Jalen Hurts not going to beat us. They didn't want him to get out the pocket and hurt him, so they rushed to contain. And they did good. I guess they did coverage on the back end with the receivers. I would have to see the tape for that. Jalen, he didn't want to let that ball go. They even showed the one, remember, in the touchdown when Jalen got out of the pocket, he said Jalen got to let that go to Devonta early if he wanted to try to get that touchdown in there, but he didn't.
And then Patrick Surtain is the best corner in the league. So that was kind of tough for AJ to really get his numbers.
Listen, I don't care. As Eagles fans, listen, players, you want your numbers because that gives you money, that gives you accolades. As fans, we want to see you in the best position to win the game. And we all understand throwing the ball 40 times a game usually don't put you in the best position to win the game. It don't. And AJ got to get on his horse, man. Like even that deep pass, when it looked like when he slowed up a little bit, then took off.
Yeah, that would have put him like 350 for the day and 3 touchdowns.
That was a lack of effort, man. Maybe he didn't think the ball was coming to him or something. I don't know. That's what I'm saying. This team got a lot of issues. Is AJ being a cancer in there? I don't know. I'm not there. I ain't hear anything. Is he being cancer in the locker room? Is he pouting every time he don't get the ball? You see how he act?
He could bring you know how somebody could bring down a vibe around everybody in the crib if you just pouting all the time and just even if you're not saying nothing, but if you pout and people it just makes everything uncomfortable. That's what AJ got, that uncomfortable face.
Like, yeah, man. When AJ said like 2 days after the Super Bowl, it wasn't what it wasn't. It didn't give me that feeling that I thought. I said, "Oh man, we in trouble."
And then what happened when Devonta comes back? Like, yeah, I can understand why he's saying that's not how Devonta was really talking. When he at the Super Bowl, he was all crying in tears, all happy. I'm telling you, one person could bring down the vibe of everybody else. Come in the house and your wife is upset, and see how that works. That's what I'm saying. So, and AJ looked like he always got that. I'm just upset. I'm not happy look. Unless he got 120 yards.
Yeah. Listen, he said he liked beating it. That's what he likes doing, beating the D-backs. Going man on man, winning on his plays. That's what really gets him. He ain't win a Super Bowl, stuff like that. Is his guy out there beating his player.
Yeah.
So, just a tough loss. It's a tough loss because of how we lost. Up 17-3. They outscore us in the fourth quarter and take the game. That's tough. That's tough.
Yeah.
So, all right, on the third week. We play this Thursday night.
Thursday 8:30.
Be a short week. Hopefully, we could wipe that off the memory and get this win and everything be happy again.
I mean, I saw some things before we got here. I did see some things I thought Kelee Ringo played well for his second start. Notice he didn't get that didn't get that ball the starting cornerback job again. I thought he played well.
Is he still hurt or he just ain't get back in?
I don't think he just got back in. I think he's healthy. He practiced. I know he practiced with the team on Wednesday or Thursday. I didn't even know Quinyon Mitchell got until I heard on the podcast, not the podcast, but on TV today. He was an FC player of the week for defensive as defensive back, so he did well. I like the fact that they play action. Remember, we was letting they need to do some more play action. They finally did some play action. So I mean, we saw some things that's coming along. It's going to take time. I'm not going to go crazy over the loss. It was one loss. We got 4 wins. We got 1 loss. We played the Giants. We played the Vikings. We played the Giants again. Right now, we're going to go 7-1 going into the bye.
All right. Hopefully, we got to establish something. I like to establish identity. I like to get on that.
There's only one undefeated team right now, and that's the Buffalo Bills.
Yeah, they play tonight.
They just won.
They play tonight.
They did? They do?
What you mean? Let me see. Don't they play tonight? I thought they played tonight.
I thought they played New Orleans. Who played New Orleans? Maybe I'm wrong.
They ain't play yet. I don't think. Yeah, they play the Patriots at 8:00.
Oh, that's a win. They're going to win anyway. So that's the only undefeated team. Yeah, Carson Wentz got a massive grab. It's okay. Congratulations.
Carson Wentz got the game ball too. You see that? Team gave him the game ball.
That's his shit. That's the Super Bowl. Yeah. Oh yeah. So thanks, bro, man. All right, y'all. So don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Hit that notification bell. Before we leave, so is the Eagles already out your top 5?
Are the Eagles out my top 5, or is Hurts out my top
5? Are the Eagles out your top 5 right now with this loss?
They're 4-1, but they're not playing good football. But they still in my top 5.
So who's number 1 for you?
Right, the Bills undefeated, so
All right.
Ravens is sinking like a rock.
Ah, man.
They just got smacked.
Bro, what you gonna play? You do know which goal is hurt right now.
Yeah, but they got smacked by Houston. Yeah, Lamar, and he's not gonna play next week.
Now you talking about a team that don't run a ball? When they got Derrick Henry on that team, that's what you need to be hardball. That's a hard-headed ball.
They run more than us, though.
No, they don't. No, they don't.
But you got Lamar that run a lot too.
Lamar, and that's why you're gonna have a back. That's why he banged up right now. But anyway, like, comment, and subscribe. Hit that notification bell. We're gonna catch y'all on the next podcast. And we just want to jump on and give y'all some love. And thanks for the support.